So welcome to this class of souls that may know each other or not, but here we're all together in this platform that helps us to stay connected. So I'm really blessed for this opportunity, and I'm delighted to be able to share with you something that I think is really helpful for all of us. This practice that we call yoga, this practice that we call being conscious of our breath. I have a colleague and mentor who speaks to the whole idea that yoga is about helping us to be fully alive. And what does that mean for each of us? It may mean that we are fully immersed in whatever action or activity in a particular moment. It may mean that we have an attitude of love and caring on an ongoing basis. It may mean that whatever ache or pain we may feel, it gets addressed and basically honored and healed in the big sense of the word, so that we can really feel fully alive. So thank you for joining me. I invite you now to close your eyes. Find a seated position that your body feels comfortable, feels supported, feels like the earth is below you to really hold you. And the earth is here to hold you. It is upon the earth that we walk, it is upon the earth that we live, and from which we glean everything that enables us to be in this body. So imagine that you're sitting not just on your cushion or your carpet or your wood floor or the concrete below you, but that you're sitting on the earth. Sitting on that which nourishes you. Acknowledge your hands and see if there's something in your hands that you can release, so that as if they were receiving the gifts of the earth, let the hands rest. Relaxing your toes and your feet, so the soles of your feet are open. So if you were to be standing, you can actually feel the connection into the earth. Our palms and our feet are energy centers. They're places through which we receive the outer world. We receive the energy of the outer world. There are many other areas in our body that do that as well. These are four really significant and quite large ones. Of course, we receive information. We have centers of energy in our face, in our head, our throat, all along the front of our body and the back. So the chakra system that is commonly understood is really just a tool for us to understand and get some idea around energy and how our body is really thousands and thousands and thousands of energy centers. These happen to be fairly large ones, but there are many, many others. So the hands and the feet are some of those. So perhaps imagine that you're breathing in through your palms and breathing into the soles of your feet, filling your whole body. And on the exhalation, allow yourself to soften and yet remain open. Notice the position of your head, how it's sitting right at the top of the spine. And of course, as always, if there's something different that your body is asking for, other than what I'm guiding you into, please honor that. Anything I do here is a guide. You are the ultimate authority as to what is appropriate for you. Let your breath become a little deeper, a little more noticeable, so the exhalation can actually be heard as if you're blowing out a candle in slow motion. And the inhalation has that clear, distinct attitude or feeling or image of being filled from the bottom like a glass of water to the middle, all the way up to the top. And as it pours out, the body stays aligned, the shoulders remain relaxed. In this position, the body is truly fully alive. It has the potential to take in the maximum amount of oxygen and the potential to release whatever it doesn't need without being in any way stopped or kinked. And as we continue to remain in this quiet exploration of breath, begin to notice the intention that you have for this practice, the intention that drew you to be on this mat today, on your mat today, or your carpet. formulating that intention into a single statement or a single sentence. I am whatever it is that you are, that you wish to be. Put it in the present tense. Such as I am healthy and strong, or I am whole and fully alive. I am at home in my body. Find your own statement and repeat it to yourself 3 times. And then sharing that in a welcoming sound of breathing in. Whenever I chant Om, I always have this following sound of yum, like this kind of a yummy sound that reverberates in the cells of my body. Let's begin with our shoulders. The shoulders slowly up and down. You can keep your eyes closed or gently open them. Where I am today, there's a bit of sun shining out there, so maybe where you are, there's sun coming in your window. Yeah. And as the shoulders roll, feel the head drop slightly and then come up with the shoulders. So down with the shoulders, down with the head. At the same time, sweeping forward. So there's a kind of puppy cat movement that is being woven into this moment. Yeah. Our shoulders are really good at carrying loads of, not just objects. These days, maybe it's not so much objects as it is loads of thoughts, feelings, concerns. Although sometimes our shoulders do carry things. Our backpacks are... Yesterday, a friend and I went out for a walk and we found some firewood. So my friend actually carried this nice log of firewood on her shoulder, and I was carrying something else. And then easing into circles. Gentle circles. Let the circles draw you around. Soften into circles. Relax the jaw. Feel the space at the front of the neck. And then notice how that space lessens as the chin tucks in. Coming a little lower. Yeah. And if there's a sweet spot that would appreciate you resting a little longer, then remain there. Just remain there. The opposite shoulder easing down, softening the jaw. Feel the space. You may even like the idea of bringing the opposite hand to rest on the head and very gently ease the head a little further to the side. The other arm can stay by the side, or maybe sometimes coming behind will feel good. Be mindful the jaw is relaxed. And then to release, rather than coming up, let the head slowly roll forward first. And then visit the other side. And if you're like me, this side is going to feel quite different. And I'm not implying that anybody's like me, not at all, but we are different from one side to the other. So see if the hand would like to come up and just offer yourself a little assist. The other arm nice and relaxed. And really it's just the weight of the hand. You're not really pulling at all or pressing. It's just a gentle rest. And that might create just a slightly more delicious stretch. Yeah. Nice. And then to release, feel the head slowly fall forward. And then come up. And again, maybe the shoulders. Yeah. Good. Releasing the legs. A little tapping. As I mentioned earlier, if you're doing something else and if you're kind of chiming in and chiming out with what I do, that's great. Wonderful. It's your practice. Leaning back into your hands and feel your toes circle. Pivoting on the heels from the side. I'm just leaning back. And there's a pivoting on the heels as the feet and the toes come around. Yeah. There we go. Good. And that movement also translates into being on your hips a little bit, so you can massage your glutes. Yeah. There you go. So it's really a kind of a funky little movement for the body. And then ease the feet in, placing the hands on the knees. And as we inhale, sweep the chin forward, lots of space at the front of the body. And then exhale, round, tucking the chin in. And repeat. Inhale, seated puppy cat. Feeling that space. Exhale, round. Breathing in, sweep the chin forward, glide the shoulders down. Feel the space at the front. And then let it go. Maybe one more time, breathing in. And breathe out. And next time we're rolling back, go all the way back. And use your hands to give you a bit of support and roll gently all the way down. The last bit to land is the head. And once the head arrives, hands on the knees, circling the knees. Massaging the lower back. Inhale away, exhale towards you. Again and again. Take your time. And then ease the hands to the inside of the knees or the ankles or the feet. Coming into happy baby. Yeah. Maybe even feel your knee, your opposite knee, momentarily touch the mat. And if you feel drawn to do so, as you go to one side, extend that leg a little bit more. So get a little bit of a stretch in the adductors and the inner legs, and then a stretch on the other leg. Just feeling that. Relax the muscles of the face. Yeah. And then gradually letting all that unravel into a nice long stretch. As if you're a long pencil here, extending from your toes to your fingers. If the shoulders don't like that idea, just keep the arms by the sides and think of the crown and the toes or the heels as the points of extension through which the body stretches. So again, with the arms beside you or behind you, keep the legs extended and then pick up your right leg and move it a little to the right. Keeping both shoulders and both hips down, let the other leg come along. So we're starting to create a slight arc. Breathe in. Upper body slides also to the right. Formulating a crescent pattern or crescent shape in the body. If it feels appropriate, maybe a little further, perhaps even taking that other leg, the left leg, and cross it over the right. And breathe. You can dorsiflex the ankles if you'd like. You can press into the heels or just keep the ankles relaxed. And notice the movement. Notice how the movement or how the position creates lots of space along that whole left side, flaring the rib cage, creating a little massage on the right side, on the area of the ascending colon as well. On the right side is our liver, our right kidney. Yeah. Ease slowly back and cross. And before we go to the other side, draw the knees in. Just a little bit of a reset. And then the other side. So with the arms back or behind you, beside you. And then the other side. Let the foot move to the left. Yeah. Breathe in, exhale, move the head and the shoulders also in that direction. Both hips staying down, both shoulders staying down. Press into the heels or point the toes or just keep the feet relaxed. Maybe cross the ankle over. Maybe one arm came up and not the other. Okay.
Is there room maybe to go a little further? A little more pronounced sensation happening in our bodies. And when you're ready, ease slowly back. Take your time. And again, hug the knees. Yeah. Rolling onto the side, onto your left side. And as you come onto your left, adjust the left leg and the left arm so that the torso is parallel to the long edge of the mat. You may have the lower leg, the left leg bent or straight. So I'm going to demonstrate both. Right now it's with the leg straight. And the other leg is on top of it. So the hips are stacked. The right hip is on top of the left. The left arm is either straight or bent, and the head is down on that arm, so the neck is neutral. The upper hand, the right hand here, is in front to prevent you from rolling. Okay. You may also do this with the lower leg bent. Okay, and that might feel better for some of us, and that's a really good position to be in as well. Pressing into the heel of the upper leg, so we're dorsiflexing that ankle. Okay. Breathing in, and on the exhalation, keep the extension of the leg and slowly lift that leg up. And then inhale it back down. Doing that a few times. Exhaling up, inhaling down. Good. Exhaling up, inhaling down. And exhale up and hold. Hold at whatever height you prefer. Okay, so again, the leg can be bent or straight. You can change your mind, of course. And rather than just holding the leg up, actively press the left leg down. So even if it's bent, press that left hip and left leg down, and notice how that press may offer you the possibility of lifting the upper leg a little higher. By pressing the leg down, we're recruiting the muscles on the outside of the body, creating a little bit of strengthening on that side. Relax the jaw. As a variation for some, bend the knee and bring the knee back down roughly to hip height. So now it's just hovering above the other. Grabbing the hand. If that doesn't work for you, that's fine. Just let the hand stay in front and try to reach as far back as you can with this right knee, but without lifting it up high. So it's staying in line with the hip and trying to kick back. So either with the hand or without the hand. So this is going to offer us a significant hip flexor stretch. The lower leg can be bent, as I mentioned earlier, or straight. So sometimes when the leg is straight, our balance is a little more compromised, so feel free to bend it. Yeah. Breathe. And we're not quite done with this side. Release the leg, bring the right hand in front for balance. And again, if you like to keep the knee bent, that's fine, and just bring the leg up to where it was earlier. But if it's straight, can you lift both legs up? Keeping the feet together. It's not about the height. Just a simple act of trying to lift may be plenty. And breathe. Draw the right shoulder away from the ear. And if you're exploring balance here, maybe take that that upper arm, and let it reach in the opposite direction of the heels. So now you're balancing on your side. Are we still breathing? Deep, deep breaths. And then release, hand comes down. Take the top leg, come forward, and rest in semi-prone position. You just relax completely here. Notice the contrast from effort to non-effort. And then just roll onto the other side. Okay, so I'm going to pivot so I can keep facing you. But you can just roll. Now that you know what's going on, you don't have to really see what I'm doing. So coming onto your right side and noticing whether you'd like to have the right knee bent or straight, but try to have the torso parallel to the long edge of the mat. Right arm bent or straight. Jaw relaxed, jaw soft. And then press into the heel of that top leg. Whether the lower leg is bent or straight, try to dorsiflex the left ankle. Breathing in, exhale, lift the left leg. Doesn't have to go high. Inhale it down. Exhale, slowly lift. Inhale down. Good. Exhale, slowly lift. And as I said, you can change your mind and keep the lower leg bent. The next time the leg is up, maybe hold there for a few moments. Just feel it. emphasizing the elongation, the decompression of this hip, rather than the height. Okay? Keeping the hip stacked so the left hip and the right hip are in line, the vertical line. And so are the shoulders. And if you'd like to go the next step, bending the knee and reach back with that left hand. Okay. Lower leg bent or straight. If reaching for the foot is a little too far for you, it doesn't work, keep the hand in front and just try to kick back as far as your body will allow. The knee no higher than the hip. So just a straight back movement rather than a lift. Okay? Just nice and low, reaching back. Deep breaths. So you can hold the foot or not, depending on where you're at. Yeah, smiling always makes this so much better. And then release, and if you'd like to do that last bit, you can stack your feet or keep the knee bent and then lift, or stack your feet and lift both of them. Keeping the left hand in front, or if you're exploring balance here, balancing on your right hip, lift your left arm. Oh, and sometimes that works on one side better than the other. Okay, so you can keep the toes down, toes up, just play with it. Let yourself play. Yeah. Good. And then release, and again, bring the knee forward, relax completely. Often we're really good at putting effort into things that require effort, but we're not quite as passionate about putting quote-unquote effort into moments of rest. Intentional rest. Yeah. And then release. So this time we're going to come up into table pose. So pressing down on your hand and adjust so that your body has now found itself on your knees and your hands, or your elbows, or your fists. Okay, so a little support for some, which may be helpful, is to roll the front of the mat and place the palm on the higher edge so that there's less compression in the wrist. And sometimes that's helpful for some folks. So just see if that's appropriate for you. I'm going to be here for a little while, so make sure that you're really comfortable, and you can always change. You can start with your palms and then change your mind. Reach back with the right leg, inhale. Exhale, draw the head towards the knee. Breathing in and reaching back. Light, nice long spine, looking at your fingers. Exhale, look back at the knees. Inhale, glide the shoulders away from the ears, pulling your hands towards the back of the mat. Reach, crown to heel. And then exhale, round. Again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and hold. With the foot down or with the foot hovering, glide the shoulders back. Shoulders back, shoulders back. Lifting, possibly lifting the left hand. If you're on your elbow, lifting the left arm, stay on your elbow. And check that the hips are level. And when you know that they are, either bring the arm down or extend it forward, keeping the shoulder back, or extend the arm more to the left. Look straight down. And breathe. Feel the abdominal muscles and the back muscles equally supporting you. And then lower the left hand, lower the leg, and bring that leg over to your left side. So you're looking to the left. Now the right hip is going to be lower, and that's fine. Using your right elbow as a foundational piece, look over the shoulder, and let that left arm ease around, creating a little bit of a twist. Nice. Breathing in. Exhale. Can that left collarbone open up a little more? Is there more space into which you can move? Relax the muscles of the face. And if you like just a little bit more challenge, hover the foot, the right foot. Yeah. Keep looking in that direction. Maybe have a better look at your toes. Yeah. Nice. And then release. Lower the arm and step forward.
Heel under the knee, hands on other side. Breathing in halfway back. Exhale all the way back. Ooh, lift the toes. Breathing in halfway. Exhale, knee and heel lining up. Breathing in. Breathing out. Head hanging. Shoulders back. Inhale halfway. Exhale. Maybe a little turning from side to side as if you're saying no on your way back. Ooh, no. As you come forward, maybe a little yes, movement. Or maybe it's not a yes or a no, it's just some organic motion that feels good for the head and the neck. Next time we're back, how about pivoting on the heel? Yeah. And then ease forward. Hands on either side of the foot. Stepping back to table, to child, or to bent knee, downward facing dog. Whatever you like. Soften the jaw. Really feel whatever the body needs here. Feel it. Feel the rest, feel the effort, feel the breath. Wherever you're at, what is your body wanting? Easing back to table from wherever you are. Notice how you feel now. The left leg goes back. Inhale back. Exhale around. Inhale, reach. Exhale around. A few more times. Inhale. Exhale. In. Crown to heel. Shoulders back. And round. And you may be drawn to continue with this, or maybe you've already moved on to something else, and that's fine. But if you want to stay back here for a few moments, glide the shoulders back, reach forward through the crown, pressing into the heel. See if the right hand is prepared to come up, or right elbow. Check that the hip is level. When you know that that's true, bring the arm down, or slightly forward, or off to the side. And hold. These balancing poses, this version of table, is a really nice place to hang out for improving the health of our bones as well as our muscles. As we wait there on that right leg and the left arm, we're offering our bones a little bit of stress, positive stress. And then release, hands down. Ooh, hang on, we missed a piece, didn't we? Lower the arm, take that left leg over to the right side. I'm going to move here. Come down onto the left elbow. Look up. And reach. Soften the jaw. Arm can be up or behind you. Keep the foot down. Or hover it. Ooh, that might require a little more effort. Where does the arm want to go? Breathe. Bring up those neck muscles. And then release. And then step forward. Up to center. And step back. Hands on either side. Inhale halfway. Exhale all the way back. Ooh. Take care of your body. If there's something that is not feeling quite right, please change it. You're also welcome to go into an early relaxation posture at any point. Yeah. Feel the stretch. How that right hip says hello to you. And then what does your left leg say to you? Yeah. Nice. And the next time we're halfway, either forward or back, depending on where you are in your cycle, glide the foot in towards you and step up. Gonna move to ragdoll.
Supported if there's any concern that you have about having your head below your hips, in which case the hands remain on the thighs and the head is hip height or a little higher. If that doesn't apply, let your arms hang. Soften the knees, relax the shoulders, allow your neck muscles to be completely relaxed, and then take at least 4 or 5 breaths to go from here to standing. So nice and slow. Inhaling maybe to a count of 4, exhaling to a count of 5 or 6. So there's a consciousness around how we're moving from waterfall or ragdoll to stand. As you come up, the shoulders come up too, just for a moment, and then they land back. Yeah. Allow your legs to be a little wider apart. Come into just very gentle, empty coat sleeves. Nice and slow, side to side. And progressively build it up. So lifting one heel, and feel your hands come around to the point that one hand actually very lightly taps one of your kidneys. So as my right hand comes around, gently taps, very like a little massage, like a hello to the area around your kidney is. A little further, reaching a little further. Yeah. And then feel yourself slowly slowing it down. Just that on its own is really nice to do any time of the day. If you wake up a little bit, get some more oxygen in the body, just hang out in empty shirt sleeves. Okay. So from the side, we're going to come into half sun salutes. So starting in your mountain. So mountain pose, a little bit of review about that. So the heel comes up to meet the arch of the other, pivot on the ball of that big toe, and then now you're in mountain lift. So from here, hands to the heart, gliding the shoulders down and gazing straight ahead. Easing down, soft knees, arms out. And on the exhalation, let your arms slowly open, hinging forward as if your heart wanted to see what's in front of you, coming down as low as is appropriate for you. And then inhale, keep the breath in for about 5 or 6 seconds. A little bit of a puppy tilt, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, and hold the breath. And then release. Inhale, come all the way up. Oops. And exhale. Yeah. Again, inhaling up. Exhale, parting this imaginary curtain, hinge into that space. Soft knees. Inhale, looking forward, lift the tailbone, drop the belly. And exhale. Soft knees, arms reach out to the sides. Breathing in. And exhale. Good. One more time. Breathing in. Breathing out. Staying here this time. Lowering the hips. So hands are roughly at hip height. Maybe move a little more forward to the front of your mat. And then step back with your right foot. Reaching back into runner stretch with the knee down or up. Glide the shoulders away from the ears. And with the knee down, as I said a moment ago, or up, let your your right hand or your fingertips or your fist take the weight. So now your shoulder width apart from your foot. Lift the other arm. So this is similar to what we did earlier. Okay. Except our legs are in a different position. Reach back with your left heel. The back heel, way back, way back. Left heel, sorry, right heel. The heel that's back. Yeah. And then ease the hand back down. On your palms, step back into plank. Knees down or knees up. Okay. Shoulders back from the ears. You can come onto your elbows. That's fine. I'm going to be here for a little while. Glide the shoulders away from the ears. Looking roughly where your hands are. Deep breaths. And then sink the knees down. Rock back to child. Let the head rest fully. Maybe then rock the hips a little from side to side. Glide forward onto the forearms in preparation for Sphinx. So as we come forward, lower the hips. As we lower the hips, let the tailbone point back to the toes, pressing the pubic bone slightly down. Glide the shoulders away from the ears, elbows towards the hips, palms face each other or down or up, it's up to you. Breathing in, and on the exhalation, can you make the waist a little longer? Bringing your gaze to your fingers. And breathe. Soften the muscles of the face and breathe. Reach to the fingers. Reach to the toes, and then the fingers come forward, yes. But the heart is also trying to come forward. Long waist. Press down firmly, lifting the hips. Return to child. So lie the arms towards you. Come back to child. Inhale, move through table. And step forward with your right foot. Shoulders back. Curl the back toes under. Lift the back knee. Shoulders are back. Hands down or out to the sides. Or maybe interlace the fingers. Extend the crown ahead. Nice long line from the heel to the crown. You can also do this with the knee down, of course. Nice long waist. Ease the hands to the floor. Breathe in. Step up with the back foot. Inhale. Exhale. Come up into a puppy toe. Inhale. Exhale. Release back to ragdoll. Soft knees, arms reach out to the sides, slowly coming up. Come up slowly. Ease the hands behind you for support. Breathe in again. Draw your sitting bones towards each other. Tuck the tailbone. Exhale into a supported back extension. So reach to the crown and orient the heart at roughly a 45-degree angle, or 30 to 45. Supporting yourself fully. Make sure you have support. Lots of support here. Tailbone underneath. The weight stays even on the feet, front to back. Let your toes gently grip the mat. Shoulder blades slide underneath the heart. And then, bending the knees slightly. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward. All the way down. This time the similar thing, but start with your left foot. All the way back. Shoulders back. Deep breath. Yeah. Notice how your left heel is back. Shoulders are back. And then let your left hand come down for support. Fingertips or fist. The back knee can come down. And lift your right arm. Hands can, or eyes can follow the fingers. Or they can look elsewhere, forward or down. Keep the shoulders back from the ears. And breathe. Deep breaths. Press back into your heel. And then release. Hands come down. You can bring the knee down or not as you step back to plank. On your palms, or your fists, or your elbows. And breathe. Shoulders back. Deep breaths. Lower the knees, breathing in. Exhale, child pose. Relaxing the muscles of the face. And return to Sphinx or Cobra. So if you prefer to come into Cobra, it's the same dynamic and support that's happening in the pelvis, so bring the hips down. The difference is that if you're in Cobra, the hands are a little further back, the elbows are on the mat. Okay? So in both variations, the elbows are on the mat, except in Cobra, they're further back. Pubic bone down, toes back, breathe in, exhale, hover the face. Shoulders back, inhale, exhale if you'd like to go a little higher. Or if you started here and decided, I want to go back to Sphinx, then slide your elbows forward. Okay? So we lift on the exhalation. That's where the effort is happening. So pubic bone down, tailbone back. Exhale on your way up. Shoulders back and down. Deep breaths. Toes pointing back, shoulders back. Looking no further than the angle of your sternum. So if your sternum is facing forward, sure, look forward. But if your sternum is still angled down, that's where the eyes go. Breathe. Feet no wider than your hips.
Tailbone points back. Deep breaths. And then release into child. All the way back. And notice how this child pose compares to the first one. Ease back up. And pause. Leg that went back now comes forward. So left foot comes forward. Pause. Feel the body rest on that thigh. Shoulders back from the ears. Or curl the toes and lift the knee. Hands down, hands back. Whatever you prefer. Nice long spine. Jaw relaxed. And lower the knee or keep it up as you step up. Hands to the bent knees. A little detour here. So the feet are staying in mountain width. Glide the shoulders back, bending the knees a little bit more now as the arms slowly sweep forward. And now we're in standing squat. Shoulders back. Retract the shoulders. A little bit of a puppy tilt here. So in the lower back there's a very subtle curve, what we call our natural curve. Shoulders back. The neck is in line with the sternum once again. And breathe. Arms out. They can come back. They can stay in prayer. If you're feeling particularly energetic, bring them up to frame the head. Okay. Deep breaths. Pressing the feet outward. So we're trying to create a little bit of abduction here, where even though the feet are staying where they are, we're making an attempt to push them out without the knees moving. And then release. Inhale. All the way up. Again, a detour. Arms up or come back to the sides for half moon. To your right. Breathing in center. To your left. There you go. Yeah. Let the hip move a little to the right, to the opposite side. There you go. The weight stays even. Inhale and exhale. Extend, but move the hip. There you go. One night. One more. And then back. Hands behind you. Still remaining in our mountain. Draw the hands behind you, interlacing the fingers. So this is where, if you happen to have a tie near you, you can use a tie, if you want a tie. Or you can just stay interlaced. We're going to come into standing yoga mudra with still from mountain position, so the feet are parallel. Bending the knees. Keep the hands resting on the hips. And then slowly hinge until the upper body is horizontal, or thereabouts. Look straight down. Okay? Reach back with the knuckles, so nice long arms. Breathe in, and on the exhalation, maintain the position of the torso, but lift the arms. Maybe a centimeter, maybe it's a little higher. Now, for those of you that are not concerned about having your head below your pelvis, feel free to lower your body a little more, and then lift the hands. Okay? Breathe in, pause, or come out of the stretch slightly. Exhale, go a little further. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice what speaks to you here. Lower the hips. Really getting the hamstrings out of the picture in this one. So we really want the knees to be bent. And when you're ready, let the hands come back to the hips. And keeping them there, hinge just to the point where your body's horizontal, if it's not there already. And then either with the hands where they are, or place them on your hips if you need the extra support here to bring yourself back up. So whatever you like. Slowly halfway. And then all the way up. Lift your arms. And come back to center. Yeah. All right. Preparing for eagle pose. So beginning with, again, our mountain, I'm going to go right into it. So feel free to take all the individual steps. So a variation of eagle, just to have the knees together, the elbows together, and coming down. So from the side, it's that neutral spine would come down. Variation 2 is to do the same thing with the arms, but have one leg in front, foot on the ground or up, and then come down. And another variation is to put it all together, which is the knee and the elbow move, elbow under, knee on top, and we come into it. Okay, so whatever variation speaks to you. So breathing in fully, decide what you want to be. If you're already in it, that's great. And away you go. Yeah. So eagle, what is the idea of an eagle invoke? Strength, perhaps? Grace? A healthy planet? All right. So can you be this beautiful bird in flight? Just very subtle movements from the side. There's a little pulse. Keep your eyes focused. Your hands in front of you. They're literally in the center, so one eye looks to one side of the hand, the other eye to the other side. And then to release, inhale, come up. Before we do the other side, just a little bit of empty coat sleeves. Shake it out. And let's try the other side. So if you're doing the version with the knees and elbows together, just do that again. And if you're doing the other variation, come on to that. Across, so if the right leg's on top, the right elbow comes under, and vice versa. Okay, they can cross, stay in the V, so you're looking between the hands, or they can come in. Little pulse. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel the space between the shoulder blades. Ooh, how is this side different? This is a great posture for so many things. Lymphatic system, to help lymphatic fluid to move, to release tension in our back. Many of us have been spending a lot of time in front of screens, including now. Nice stretch for that. And then release. And again, go into your gentle arm swings. And we can't not go back to the floor until we finish with one more, and that is tree, in celebration of spring, which is around the corner apparently. Shoulders back. Outside my window is my neighbor's magnolia tree that's been trying to burst for the last couple of weeks, but hasn't quite made it yet. All right, so tree pose. Weight shifts to the left leg. And one of the things I'm very aware of when I do tree is that my hip, my standing hip, doesn't go out. Okay, so it stays in, lifting that right knee and then gradually opening it up. Okay, shoulders down, reach up to the crown. Foot down or below the knee. Or above the knee. Sometimes that might require some help from your hand. And we're making an attempt to have that bent knee side open to the side, as much as the body will allow. So we're strengthening that whole right side, creating a little bit of energy for the kidney area. Right kidney, left kidney. This case is more the right. And I stay focused. Arms can be asymmetrical, one arm, one down. Or maybe they stay in prayer. Or maybe they both go up. And relax. Can you relax into balance? Hands together or apart. Eyes focused. We call this a focal point. We call it drishti. Drishti. There's your Sanskrit word for the day. Focus. Focus. Slowly easing back. Let both of your feet come down as if your tree suddenly had a double trunk. Yeah. And we shift to the other side. Ease to the right. Lifting the other knee. Slowly opening. Notice the standing hip, letting it remain in. Feel that knee open below the knee, on the floor or above. Shoulders back and down, soften the jaw. The crown reaches towards the ceiling and the arms stay. Could have the arms down, or one arm came up. Notice your focus. What are you looking at? Can your eyes stay anchored in that spot? Relax the jaw. Do both arms come up? Or just one arm comes up? Maybe even lift the heel of the standing leg. Ooh, that's different. A little more focus on balance for that. The drishti suddenly becomes a little more important. And then release. Come on back. Step. And shake it out. That feels good. Prepare to come down to seated position. You can move through a squat or just your own creative way, find your way to seated. Yeah, legs out in front. There you go. Yeah, we're sitting. I'm practicing with two other people in the room, so it's really nice to see their expressions. Which I'm sure all of you have your own unique expression. All right, so butterfly first. So bringing the feet in. And letting the hands rest on the floor. Now sometimes it's actually nice to do with some support underneath the knee. So if this feels like your knees are a little, you happen to have pillows near you, but if a little bit of support would serve them, that might be a way for you to stay here and to actually release a little more deeply because the stretch receptors aren't being activated. So stretch receptors are these receptors that we have in every joint that enables, well, that sends a strong message to the brain whenever there's a joint that's activated too much, that says, hey, that's too much, let's not go so far. So the stretch receptors say, okay, hold. So what this does is it basically enables the body to say to the brain, I'm safe, I'm okay. And as we stay here a little longer, those stretch receptors calm down. And we may be able to release a little more tension in the joint. Okay. So that's the reason why bouncing, this kind of thing, is not a good idea, because that will short circuit the information from the stretch receptors and basically create a really fertile opportunity for tearing and for strain. So we want our stretch receptors. We want to honor them. So listen to when the body says it's enough, give them support, and then play with that. Okay? So from this position, can the hands go a little more forward? So now we're layering upon this flexibility of the pelvis, we're layering a little stretch, a little more release, a little more extension or lengthening in the back muscles. And sometimes the hands, rather than being straight ahead, like to go a little more out so the shoulders don't get too contracted, those upper trapezius don't get too tight, and reach out to the sides as the head comes down. Shoulders back and down, relax the jaw. And for those who have a really good close-up of your toes, maybe even rest your head on your toes. And for others, that's somewhere else in the distant future, or not. And then to release, like anything else, when we're in a posture a long time, it's really important to come out slowly. So using your hands to gradually come up. And then the legs, they've been out here for a little while as well. So rather than just letting them come up on their own, lean back into your hands and slowly slide them out. So that deep stretch that you just created doesn't give you a boomerang effect. Okay? Back there. And shake it out. Yeah. Okay, preparing for seated twist. So keeping your left leg extended, or if you prefer, tuck it in. Place your right foot on the outside. Yeah. I'm offering you an open version of this, but you may prefer to do a closed version. So if it's a closed version, you open up to your right. If it's an open version, you open up to the left. So whatever you like. In both variations, the crown is reaching tall. One hand, whichever one it is holding onto the knee, but in a very gentle kind of way. Lift the opposite arm. Breathe in. And as you exhale, the eyes follow those fingers. And when the hand is at a point where it's no longer visible, it drifts down to lightly rest behind you on the mat without any weight, or wraps around the waist. The other arm is just gently resting on the knee. For those that want to go a little further with this, you can bring the arm on the inside as long as the shoulder doesn't ride out. Okay. Inhale, tall. Exhale, coming around a little further. Inhale, tall. Exhale, a little further. Breathe in tall. Exhale around. Feel the breath. Jaw relaxed, feel the breath. And then to release, all the way slowly up, lifting the arm. Make your way back. And just for a moment, not as deep as the other side, but just for a moment, visit the other side. A little bit of, oh yeah, nice little counter movement. And then come on back and switch sides. So the other foot comes in, pressing into the heel, or tuck it in. If you're tucking it in, it's the exact same thing. Okay, we're still creating that open space. Well, hello. Nice of you to visit. Hey, Luna. Lifting the other arm. Or if you're going to open side, closed side, whatever side you're going. Okay. You may want to do the same side twice. Exhale. Follow the hand. Follow the thumb. Shoulders back and down. Nice and tall. And when you no longer can see your hand, that's when it lightly touches the mat behind you or wraps around. So inhale, tall. Exhale, easing around. Inhale, tall. Exhale around. Deep breaths. Relax the jaw. You may want to bring that left arm on the inside of the leg. Shoulders stay down. And then lifting the arm. Drift it back. Good. Down. Lean back into your hands. And shake it. Okay. One more seated position. Extend the right leg out. I'm going to come into a side bend. So again, if you'd like to use a little bit of support under that knee, that might be supportive for you. Gabe's is a message there. Okay. So either press into the heel or bend the knee slightly. And then take the hand on that side. So if you have the right leg out, it's your right arm. That comes across to the opposite hip. And as it comes across, the other arm slips behind and gradually lower the right ear. As it lowers, it's almost like you have this extra long earlobe that wants to reach for the space behind the leg. And so it's not the knee, it's behind the knee. So you're going sideways. Many of us will have the leg a bit more forward, that's fine. We're still going to the side, okay? The other hand, the right hand, is making as much of an effort as it can to reach, as if you're giving yourself a little hug with your arms. One hand in front, one hand behind, and let the earlobe hang. Oh. Both sitting bones stay seated, relax the jaw, heavy right elbow. The arm that's behind may stay, or come up. Breathe deeply. Does it go all the way up? Does it go a little further? Does it touch the toes? Somewhere out there in space. Where does it want to go? Lots of space along that left side. Good. To release, rolling forward. And then coming up. Yeah. And then switch. So you may or may not need a folded blanket or something underneath the knee. If you do, just place it underneath there. Yeah. Take that left arm and then slowly bring it across to the opposite hip. Okay. The other arm eases behind, at least initially. And now the left ear is trying to move to the outside of this left leg. Yeah, lower.
the head, lower the head, lower the head. Press into the heel. Keep the right shoulder nice and open. Arm behind or up. Yeah. A little bit of flexion at that ankle. Deep breaths. Yeah. Deep breath. Relax the muscles of the face. Lots of breath here. Nice. And then to release, bring the arm down. And on the way up. Yeah. Lean back, slowly draw the leg back. And onto our backs. Okay, just going to angle the screen a little bit down. Draw the knees towards you and little circles.
That's good.
Little circles. How does it feel to be on your back now compared to almost an hour ago? One more little bit of strengthening here. Coming into bridge, a little bit of variations, well, a few variations. Arms along the side of the body. Heels planted directly into the knees, so the shins are vertical. And if you're not sure, remember you can always lift your head and have a look. So the cue to reach for your heels works for some, but not for many, because it depends on the ratio of length between your arm and your torso. So for those of us that have relatively short arms, trying to bring the heels in actually collapses the knees, and that is not a safe position to be in when we come up. That's too much pressure on the knees. For those of us that have nice long arms, that will work. Okay, you can reach for the toes, and that's a really good cue. So how do you know? You feel it, okay, and you look at it. You have a look, okay? So you want to keep the knees as safe as possible. They're supposed to last us a lifetime, so let's take care of them. So arms along the sides, breathing in, pressing into the floor with the four corners of each foot. And as we exhale, slowly lift the tailbone and feel the waist actually pressing down momentarily. And then come back down. It's almost like you're doing a pelvic tilt. Breathe in, press the feet, exhale, a little bit of a pelvic tilt. Breathing in, and maybe next time go a little higher, so lift the tailbone, lift the pelvis, or lift the sacrum. Pressing the shoulder blades down, now we're activating the other side of our bridge. So it's not just the feet, but now the shoulder blades too. Breathing in, exhale, lifting a little higher. So we're breathing out into the moment of effort, which is the lift. So even though we're expanding the rib cage a little bit here as we lift, it may seem counterintuitive to be breathing out. Well, this is where the work happens, is in the lift. Once you're here, sure, of course, inhale fully, feel the ribcage expand, and then exhale, that's fine. But to actually move into a position while you're breathing in is counterintuitive from the place of effort, from muscular effort. If it doesn't require much effort to come up, sure, that's fine. But if you require effort, please breathe out into the movement or into the position. Wherever you are now, tucking the chin in, making sure the knees remain hip-width apart. Making any subtle adjustments or movement you like here to make yourself as comfortable as possible. And then maybe interlace the fingers like yoga mudra, hands underneath the body. That's one idea. Another idea I sometimes like is to use the triceps by bending the elbows and pressing the triceps down. Or to reach the arms back. This requires a little bit more back support, so make sure that you're safe with this. In all the variations, the chin is tucked in. And then gently, maybe taking 2 or 3 breaths, find your way back. Find your way back. As the hips land, everything melts for a moment. And then take the next 2 or 3 minutes to go anywhere else you'd like. Maybe it's a lying down twist. Maybe it's an inversion. Maybe it's nothing that you identify with a name, but it just feels like the right thing to do. Let your body find its way into whatever it wants to be. Find your breath. Anchor yourself to your breath. Is there any other region, any other pocket of sensation or tension that hasn't been quite addressed yet? Here's your chance. Yeah. And eventually settling into as comfortable a position as you possibly can. Reminding ourselves that this is the most important part of our practice. It's the integration time. It's the time where the body recognizes rest as an opportunity to heal and to balance. So as you arrive on your resting position, feel yourself taking a nice deep breath and letting it go with an audible sound. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And again, breathing in fully. On the next exhalation, can the body be 50% heavier? Oh. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out another 50% heavier. Yeah. With the eyes closed, notice the gentle connection between the upper and the lower eyelids. Let the eyelids be relaxed and heavy. Allow that gentle awareness to create a nice smooth forehead. Relax your temples, softening the cheekbones. Relaxing the jaw. Can you feel the air travel in the back of your throat? Letting the collarbones widen out, adjusting the arms and the hands to give your collarbones comfort. Acknowledging the rise and fall of the belly button, the rise and fall of the rib cage. Feel the width of the pelvis, the hip bones wide. Noticing the front of your legs, of your thighs, of your kneecaps, your shins. Let the front of your legs relax. Relaxing the feet, the top of the feet, the soles of the feet. Completely relaxed.
Relaxing the back of the feet, the heels, the calves, and the back of the knees. Relaxed. Relax the back of the thighs and the hips. Notice the spine from the tailbone to the base of the head. Heavy, relaxed. Notice the back of the head. Heavy on the floor or on your mat, or maybe even on a little pillow. And affirming that you are indeed resting. I, and your name, am resting. I, and your name, am comfortable. I, and your name, I am at peace. I, and your name, I am healthy. If the mind wanders, keep scrolling through affirmations that speak to you, starting with your name. I, Ida, am, fill in that blank. And begin to notice once again where you are. And of course, if you wish to continue to rest, by all means, do so. If you'd like to follow along with the guidance to slowly bring you back to whatever your day has to offer, then follow along with my words. So deepening the breath, releasing it with a sound that is audible. Let the fingers start to wiggle, the toes start to wiggle. Maybe let the head move a little from side to side. Let that movement get a little bigger until it turns into a stretch. Oh. Yeah. And roll onto one side and pause there for a moment. Take these last few seconds to reflect on your practice. To notice how you feel now compared to when you set up your computer or your phone, got yourself all organized. How do you feel now? As I mentioned earlier, maybe you want to stay here a little longer, but if you're ready to come on up, very gently, with a lot of kindness and compassion, bring yourself back up. Yeah. There's a mudra called the lotus mudra. Mudra just means a symbol. In this particular mudra, you bring the baby finger together and the thumb together, and you open up your fingers, and it's literally like you're trying to create the shape of a lotus. And you place that in front of your heart. It's just a metaphor for letting yourself be filled with light, like a little funnel that you're creating for your heart. We're going to share our closing Om. We'll do it 3 times from this position. So breathing in. Love in our hearts, peace in our minds, and our faces to the light. Thank you for coming. Jai Bhagwan.
Jai Bhagwan.
I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Yeah. All right.